don't know who's on the top 25 poll, but they're missing something here. I think Florida State's a great team. I think they're a top 15 team. I don't know why they're not ranked. They've really proven, I thought today especially, that they are a very, very good basketball team, and they're just going to keep getting better. I thought Romero, she really, really gives them a lift. She's a really good heady player. I thought she really ran the team well, and I was pleased with our defense on Bulgak inside. I thought Bree did a really good job on her, but really disappointed with the rebounding. That's really been very, very disappointing. Last two games, we've really gotten pounded on the boards for offensive rebounds, and we have got to do a better job if we want to be successful in the postseason. But I thought Lindsay Allen was spectacular. She was just amazing. Saved us a number of times, kind of bailed us out with some great ball handling, and was able to get through the defense and get some shots when we really needed to score. And then just so confident with her with the ball in her hands late in the game.
How do you get better with offensive rebounding?
I think it's desire. It's just effort. You have to go want the ball, and we don't right now. And our offense is a little spread when we have good spacing, so it takes a little bit more effort to get to the backboard. And we just did a really poor job. I thought the biggest rebound in the game went to Jewell for the three-point play that I thought sealed the victory, and we need to do that more often.
Can you talk about Madison Cable and just how many different ways she can impact the game?
She does so many great things that don't show up in the stat sheet. She leads the team in floor burns. I think she's on the floor more than anybody. She's going to dive for a ball. She's going to box out. She's going to rebound. She got a couple of really nice defensive plays, the one for the steal layup, but she is doing a great job defensively. And offensively, I think she's starting to do a little bit more too. She's had a couple of big baskets for us too, so I'm really happy with her.
Is that a tough role for players to accept? They come off of the bench and you never know what you're going to be.
No, she's the consummate team player. I mean, she just wants to win. That's all she wants. And if she plays 5 minutes or 35 minutes, as long as we win, that's all she cares about.
Joel, what were they doing early on to disrupt what you guys were trying to do on offense?
I think they were really physical. Anytime we went through the lane, they were bumping. And then I think in the second half, we got a little tougher.
Can you talk about Madison, just what she does that you love?
Maddie makes me play harder. Every time she's on the floor, I know she's going to give 110%. She's willing to risk her body, dive on the floor on her head, anything for us to get a rebound, make a score, anything. So I love her, Maddie. When she's on the floor, I love her. Just walking in the gym and seeing her, she's a great person. Love her.
Is she like that in practice too? And do other people kind of, are the younger players starting to feed off of that?
Bria, you learned from her?
I'm learning from Maddie. She really just hustles, and she doesn't take plays off. Like sometimes you players take off, but she plays every play 100%.
So do you have a half-court shot drill?
Actually, they do them every day after practice, actually, and that was a huge shot. I mean, that really changed the momentum. That was huge.
Who's the best from half-court?
Oh, I don't say anything, but usually me and Lindsay are pretty good at it. The guards. Bree's right there.
No.
We've seen how much Lindsay's scoring has advanced this year. What do you see in differences from her this year, just all around her leading the team, distributing everything?
She wants to score. She wants to help. She's willing to take shots. Late shot clock. I think last year she was holding back a little bit, and now she's in full swing. And today when she did the behind the back pull jumper, then that's the Lindsay I know. That's the Lindsay we know in practice and pick up, and it's great to see that.
So it's hard for a center to hit 61% of her shots. Lindsay's converting 61%. Have you kind of made a concerted effort to get her to shoot more? Have you had to try to force her to shoot more and get away from that distributor mentality?
Yeah, we've encouraged her quite a bit to shoot more. And early on, she really wasn't shooting as much. We were scoring a lot of different ways early on. We didn't have a lot of close games in the beginning of the season. I think she just got back into her old role of distributor. But she's always in the gym shooting. She's working on her shot. And now, I think since the Michigan game, I think she feels really comfortable looking for her shot.
How hard was it to get finally over the hump? When they're up 6, they're up 4, they're up 6, to finally get back and to finally take the lead.
I thought it was really hard. I don't know about you guys. We thought coming into halftime, we thought, wow, we're only down 1. Now it's a whole new game. And then they immediately went up 9 or 10. So I was disappointed. We gave up back-to-back threes, and that really hurt us. So that's when Maddie came in. I think Maddie came in shortly after that, and I thought changed the game.
Did you think the turning point, or not the turning point, but you realized you were in for an evening like this when Brianna got slammed to the floor there by Thomas?
I think in the ACC you got to expect that. I think every night's going to be like this. It's a physical conference. It's great basketball, well-coached teams. Everybody plays hard. There's a lot on the line, and we got a big target on our back, and we got to get used to it.
After going undefeated in the league last year, having this game to start conference play, is that a good thing for you guys?
Yeah, I think it is. Last year we went to Virginia and I think won by 4. It was a really close game, and that was early in the conference season too. And I think that did kind of set a tone for us to know, hey, we got to be ready every night. And there's a lot of good teams that can beat us.
Brianna, how do you adjust your game when you see it's going to be that physical?
I just try to play strong and not get pushed around and hold my ground in the paint.
You become such a better shot blocking team with Brianna.
Yeah.
Do you feel that's kind of the trade-off for like maybe giving up 16 offensive rebounds where there's such an aggression to
No.
block shots? But
No, I don't think that should be a trade-off at all. I think she saved us a number of times. A lot of them were blocked out of bounds. I mean, she's leaving and somebody's got to rotate over, and that's where we're not doing the job, is rotating over.
How much of that is just this is a younger team
Yeah.
this year than you? I mean, actually, it's just learning how to work with this group this year versus the success of last year.
Yeah, it's completely different, and we're trying to find different ways to talk to them, to say things in different ways so that they understand it a little bit better. I think that we're being fairly patient, I think, but I think we're at a point where we've got it. We're trying to simplify and make it as easy as we can for them, but there's a lot. I mean, it's complicated, and so I think you have to really be focused, and when you're in the game, I think there's a lot of game slippage because of the youth of our team. We're waiting for the veterans to really kind of settle in and make sure that doesn't happen.
There was that one point you got on Taya pretty hard for not being cut. Is that?
Yeah, we had just talked about it in the huddle. I mean, just like 10 seconds before that play. And, we said that the screener's going to slip to the basket, so play off of her and be ready for it. And she didn't. And so that was disappointing. We need to focus a little bit better.
more so I meant like Brianna comes from the weak side so often that leaves a lot of openings for offensive rebounds. Is that been the main problem because of the rotation?
I think it's a lot of it's box outs. A lot of times the guards just don't box out. Their man's crashing. I think it's mostly box out. We do get beat off the dribble a fair amount, which leads to the rotation problem. But I think aside from that, there's just straight up no effort to box out.
Jewell, where do you see kind of the difference in character or approach of this year's group versus the other teams you've been on?
We're definitely younger. We're still working on communication. That's something that we're going to continue to grow on and get better with. And slow baby steps right now. We got to go back to practice and start. That's where it starts in practice. And I think we've gotten better at it. And we just got to keep motivating ourselves, and we got to want to do it.
Coach, after you kind of said you wanted to see more fight from the team tonight, when you go down 12, is this more what you were looking for in terms of digging in and slowly chipping away that lead and get back in the game?
Yeah, I think it was. I think that was really good to see, the resilience there and the the intensity we had to really muster. We had to stick together because we were giving up some easy shots, and we got down 10, and then we finally started to chip away at it, and I think our confidence grew on each possession. But I think we grew up a little bit more today.
Any other questions?